Alright, let's get this show on the road. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome and good morning to another edition of the Friday Morning Commute. This is your host, Rovin Doug. The top of his head cut off just out of that, and there you go. This week, it's kind of been a packed week. We've gotten some good information. We're getting back into the swing of things with Bungie, getting information out of them, so that's always a great thing. But while we're at it, let's go ahead and get started with Xur, the emissary or agent of the Nine. This week, week 22, if you look hard, you may be able to find Xur in the hangar. I bet he is to the right as you're entering the hangar, or just right after a set of stairs, something like that. Good luck in finding him. This week, for the Titans, he has the Peregrine Greaves. For the Hunters, he has the Celestial Nighthawk. For the Warlocks, he has the Obsidian Mind. Great for Voidlocks, by the way. If you're missing any exotic Year 2 gauntlets, Xur is selling exotic gauntlet engrams. If you're missing any Year 1 helmets, remember, Legacy equals Year 1. That's right, Xur has Legacy exotic helmet engrams. So if you're missing Year 1 helmets, feel free to pick up a couple of these Legacy engrams. They're weighted towards Year 1, weighted towards, I believe, engrams you do not currently own, or exotics you currently do not own from Year 1. But be warned, you will not get a Year 2 exotic from them. You may be able to upgrade to a Year 2, but you're not going to get a version of the Year 2 right away. Now, with that being said, this week is Valentine's week, and Bungie has given us a one-off lubby-dubby type of Crucible playlist called Crimson Double. So the event this week, from Tuesday through reset, end of day on next Monday, it's called Crimson Days. I really haven't looked at the lore of this, so I'm sorry, but the general premise of the event is to get loot and gear and spend time with your beloved partner or fire team. We have a Crucible event called the Crimson Doubles. It's 2v2, same style of play as Trials of Osiris. One match, 5 rounds. Winner of the 5 rounds wins the match. There is no scorecard, so there's a little less intensity that way. However, it's still fairly skill-based. It is governed by the same new Crucible rules. So if you've read the Crucible update, read the patch notes from Bungie on the changes that have come with this, you'll know that kind of 3v3 and lower style Crucible maps are now you're now spawning without special weapon ammo. So this is the case with Crimson Doubles. There's a couple cool looking ghost shells you can get, an emblem, a shader, and then chance at other fun rewards. As of right now, I'm not sure how good the rewards are, except for the ghost, being that one thing you need. All in all, it seems to be a fairly fun event. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to play any, but I've seen people play, and it's not all salt, so I'll put it that way. It seems to be a little bit more bearable, especially since it doesn't have a card that you have to track your wins and losses on. You just keep running in the queue until you win. So, again, with the Bungie update, or this week at Bungie, we are given a little bit more of a clearer idea. It's still very vague, but we should be getting more content this spring, a large content expansion in the fall, and then a sequel to Destiny next year. So, I've been kind of gauging a little bit community reaction through the channels that I have, and the consensus is, for the ones that I'm looking at, there's excitement, but there's no real feeling that this is gospel truth from Bungie. We've had, I believe, too much dead air occur and too much ambiguity, which, as kind of as a side tangent here, is unfortunately the case with the software company. You can't deliver until you have what you can deliver. And so no matter how hard you try, that may not happen as on time as you want it to. However, in my opinion, it's better than nothing. And let me put it this way. So, end of last year, we were given the notion that we would have something small, like Crimson Days in February, and then we'd get something larger shortly after that. It's like, okay. So, coming to January and February, we get details on Crimson Days, or Crimson Doubles. No, it is Crimson Days. Crimson Doubles is the event that goes with them. And still this kind of vague, there's something for the spring. So at least now we have an idea of large ponds that will be hitting between now and Destiny 2, the sequel. Now, this doesn't mean that there's not going to be smaller one-off events or gradual increase to the game of Destiny provided by Bungie and the live team. It just means that out of the next year and a half, they have 2 points of, or 3 different content that they're looking to release. Now, the one that I'm really excited about is the content release in later this year. Increased light levels, more PvE content. It's almost as if we're going to be getting a expansion without them directly saying, hey, you're going to get some sort of expansion, which makes me super excited. Sorry. Now, looking forward, I can see the general community's frustration that there's no specific dates. However, depending on if this is going to charge or not, the immediate availability of dates, I don't think is going to be that vital. It's going to come down to how interested can they keep us so that we'll come back after, say, The Division or other top-notch games that are going to be coming out. Now, as you may remember, I've made some comments about The Division, and it's not going to be a Destiny killer in my opinion. It is too different from Destiny to be in the same genre. In the same space as Destiny. So, it may be something that Destiny players supplement their streams with, or supplement their game time with, because it is a fun game. It still gives that kind of roleplay, looter-shooter element. You find a gun, you get the stats that you want, and then you add the modifications that you want. That's the one thing I do enjoy about The Division, is your perks are slightly generic, but then your modifications to the gun are what really will make it shine. Now, with that being said, Destiny still has my heart because of Bungie's ability to craft a story in a way that you would not expect it to run. Now, with that being said, I have heard a couple streamers, I think just one in particular, mention that Destiny is almost a very similar mirroring to the H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu series. If this is the case, then it'll be very easy kind of to tell what's next. The Traveler is not as he seems. Well, the Traveler isn't as he seems anyways, but essentially we would get estranged from the tower. Most Guardians would probably go rogue, in the sense that they would stay with the Speaker and the Traveler, but all in all, we would be on our own trying to fight them with the help of what we call the Darkness, but is actually other forces trying to destroy the Traveler and its darkness. But that's all speculation. Don't take that as canon. It's complete speculation. All in all, I'm really excited. I haven't been able to play much. This week has been very, very tiring. However, I've seen Crimson Double's gameplay, and it's pretty sweaty, but I'm excited. Oh, on a side note, we will have Iron Banner later this month, starting the last week of February. So it'll run into February through the beginning of March. I believe it's normal control again. I will need to verify, but I'm sure we will hear in another upcoming week at Bungie what the specifics of the Iron Banner will be. All in all, it is a good time to jump into Bungie, jump into Bungie. To jump into Destiny if you have been a casual player, because you are able to expand your inventory as quickly as you can, and there's a lot of people who are able to do that. Now, if you're a long-time Destiny player and you just are not being entertained by what is provided, go right ahead and take a break. If you want to do the weekly reset stuff, go right ahead, but don't burn yourself out on the game where you won't come back even for new content. The ability to know whenever to take a break from something is very vital, very important. And I don't think enough people know when to take that step, and they'll burn themselves out on a game and then never come back to it. Destiny, in my opinion, is not a game to sit and burn yourself out on, because it's going to change over the course of a month, 2 months, a year. And if you're not interested in coming back and playing with that change, then you may not find the fact that you've come to love Destiny again. In any case, I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys have had a great week. We'll have a great weekend. This is your host, Rovin Doug, signing out. You can follow me further on Twitter or Twitch, or even here on Periscope, all under the same username, Rovendoug, Rovendoug. And then you can also search for me on YouTube, which is where this video will be uploaded here today. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and I will see you Starside Guardians. Bye.